Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn about Newton's laws of motion. Starting with the first law of motion, inertia. The first law of motion states that if a body is in a state of rest, it will remain in the state of rest, and if it is in a state of motion, it will remain moving in the same direction with the same speed unless an external force is applied on it. What is inertia? Inertia is an inherent property of an object to resist the change in its state of rest or state of motion. Let us understand it with examples. For example, when a train starts to move suddenly, a standing passenger tends to fall backwards. Why? Because his body was initially in rest. As soon as the train started moving, the lower part of his body shares the motion of the train immediately, but the upper part, due to inertia of rest, does not. So when the lower part moves along with the train, the upper part remains in the same place and the person falls backwards. This is also possible when a body is in motion. Here's another train example. As soon as a passenger jumps out of a moving train, he falls down. Relatable, I suppose. The reason is that his whole body was in a state of motion along with the train. And when the lower part of his body shares the state of rest with the platform, the upper part remains in motion due to inertia of motion and the passenger falls. Okay, so be careful on your next train journey. To avoid falling, you must run in the direction of motion for a while after jumping off a moving train. Next is the second law of motion. First, let us understand linear momentum. Linear momentum of a body is a product of mass and velocity. It is a vector quantity that describes an object's motion. The second law states that the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the force applied on it, and the change in momentum takes place in the direction of application of force. Let's simplify this. When glass vessels fall on a hard floor, they break. But when they fall on a carpet or on sand, they do not. This is because when it hits the hard floor, it comes to rest immediately and the force causes it to shatter. But when it falls on a carpet or on sand, it takes time to come to rest because it sinks into the material slightly, hence does not break. Now I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with the third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, which means if your friend slaps you, you slap them back. Okay, just kidding. Let us understand with a better example. When a bullet is fired from a gun, the force on the bullet is the action, which acts in the forward direction, pushing the bullet forward, while the gun experiences an equal recoil, which is the reaction that takes place in an opposite direction. The action and reaction forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, and they act on different bodies. Thank you for watching this video.